Vine stood in the lounge of her new home beside her sister in law, who kept explaining to her how the smart home worked. She was nice. Vine thanked her before she left. She was clad in her wedding dress. They just returned from the wedding venue. She got married today with a guy from her university. They were not much close, only teamed up once for a project. It was the decision of their family. There was something different about this guy. He was always quiet and kept his distance from everyone. When her parents arranged her wedding with him, she asked him about it. And the only thing he said was, "My parents arranged it. I don't have a problem." It was as if either he was not interested in the wedding or he was satisfied with their choice. There was no way to find out. He never socialized with her much. She held on to her dress and went to the bedroom, which was now her new room, too. She saw his coat placed on the couch. He was sitting on the window sill, legs outside, and Vine almost wondered if he didn't fear falling down from there. It was third floor, the direct death. Even his back looked antisocial like he was. Jungkook, you're here. She still found him creepy, even if he never really did something. But talking to him, even during university, was really hard and took a lot of courage. It was his aura, who told people to stay the hell away from him and not to get in his personal space. Vine hummed and walked to bed, taking off her heels. Jungkook got inside the room, getting off the window. She was trying to avoid his gaze, but as he stood there staring at her with his hands inside his pockets, Vine couldn't resist feeling a lot of things at that. Vine, I know. Your sister told me about the family ritual. Jungkook, make things easier for me. Vine looked up at him. With the button up black sleeve shirt, sleeve rolled, and hair pushed back, he looked like a man girls would try to have. She still wished, regardless of her ritual, he asked for her comfort. Jungkook, I'm not the type to get after meaningless rituals. You can go freshen up. I'll get you coffee. With that, he was gone, and Vine was left shocked. If he really didn't care about those things, then it was clear he didn't marry her because of family pressure. Vine, it was your own decision to marry me. Vine didn't know but why it gave her comfort. She left the washroom changing into her nightrobe after taking a shower. As promised, Jungkook was in the room and her coffee mug was on the table by the side of her bed. Vine, thank you. She took it and sat down by the bed, maintaining her distance. It made her nervous. But maybe he was not that scary. Just not someone who talked much. Jungkook, why did you agree to the wedding? She was confused. Jungkook, did they pressurize you? Vine, No, it was sudden, but I agreed to it. Why? And why did you agree to it? Jungkook, they told me it was you. I was satisfied enough. I had no interest in anyone else. You seemed quite interesting when we worked together. I believed we could work. Vine smiled softly. She was glad. Her fear was almost gone by this point. Jungkook lay down with his face towards her. Jungkook, I am very much interested in why did you agree to it? Vine cleared her throat, trying to hide her gaze. Vine, well, my reason was not as nice as yours. I knew if I rejected to this, they would bring me another rich dude. And there was no guarantee the kind of man he would be. And then I won't be able to reject anymore. Jungkook, so in other words, you considered me good enough to be your husband. Vine blushed slightly. He didn't have to put it that way. He grinned when she blushed, and she needed a moment to believe she was not dreaming. Jungkook, you can lay down. I won't hit you. Vine was going to, she said boldly and lay down, while Jungkook only took it as a challenge, wrapped his arm around her, and pulled her against his body, taking her aback. Jungkook, so I was wondering, the ritual was not that bad though. We can still try it. Vine, you are doing it on purpose? She excused, and he nodded proudly, getting a push from her against his chest. He was happy with the decision of accepting her. His satisfaction was visible in the way his eyes sparkled and his lips smiled. Vine had never seen this side of him before, but now that she did, he was absolutely beautiful while smiling. Vine, you might have to work for it. Jungkook, that's not bad either. I don't mind with that. How about a date tomorrow? Vine, date? Jungkook, yeah, dinner? Vine, what will you do for a whole day? Jungkook, uh, I don't know. It's my first time getting married. Any ideas? He asked awkwardly. Vine, like I get married every day? She mumbled, reflecting the same awkwardness, before the two broke out in a laugh. They were enjoying each other's company, getting much comfortable on the very first night. Jungkook knew things were going to turn out just fine if they continued like this, and Vine's fear turned from something that grieved her to something really beautiful happiness and hope for the future.